Hey Taurus, welcome to your August 2020 reading. They've got something special for you. I have never used that deck before, but it's going to be a love reading for you guys, so stay tuned. Now, my name is Danny. This is Northern Comfort Tarot, and really, I've cleared the space for you guys to get right into the reading, but I just want to thank you guys who have subscribed to this channel, those that are about to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell to get notifications. I love on you guys so much, and thank you for being here with me and staying tuned in to all that my journey has to unfold before you. Now, in my abilities, right? I want to honor my divine counterpart. That is Empress of Duality, her YouTube channel. Brooke, my divine masculine in this connection. She has much to provide, not only to my life, but to yours. And how do we do this? Well, we have a new website that shows you the services that we provide. And we also go live on Fridays, either on my channel or hers. So you're going to want to subscribe and stay tuned to hers as well, because we kind of mix and match between, just to spice it up and to make sure everybody gets what the good that they're looking for. Right now on Fridays we do the 20/40. $20, you get a 3-card pull, and sometimes we go all in on those as well. We truly go where we feel guided from spirit, right? So 3-card pull is for 20, and then 40 we do a mini reading, and that's really where you get to see how much guidance that we have to offer you. Now, it's just a taste for what we provide in services, mind you, and a 1-hour reading is probably where you're going to get the full gist of it. Now, if you're in a divine connection or you're looking for guidance on your own personal journey, you can find that we have different options for you on the website. We do readings as well as Journey to Your Weighted Fate sessions, which really delve deeper into the wounding or the things that need to be revealed within you to get through the soul work in order to get you to your awaited fate that you've been, waiting. You've been anticipating it's come, but when? When is it coming? So you can find out more for that. And there's also a mentorship session or mentorship program that we do as well that dives deeper. And right now we have an intensive session that we just completed with so much success, but we've also seen a need for kind of like a version that's laid out a bit more over time. And that's morphing into, new things that we can provide for you, right? So stay tuned for the website. You might want to subscribe or become a member of the website. It's absolutely free right now, so you can truly get a sense of, when new things are being offered. That's where it's going to be offered first, okay? So now that I've said that, this is a love reading for you, Taurus, and that's right. They wanted me to use my beautiful Soul Sisters deck. That's Jessica from Whispers of Grace Healing. She offers this deck for sale. It's a beautiful deck. Take a look. That's the back side. She did that herself. Beautiful artistry with, I would never even known Jessie could do that. And I know she's watching because Taurus is her sign right now, so I'm not trying to butter you up, but you did good, girl. I'm going to get camera 2 going so I can show you. And I don't know why they asked me to open this up with you guys with this. So there may be, you may be on the twin flame journey, or you may have a soul connection to somebody and you're looking for guidance from them. But this is, I forget what she called it, but it's messages from your divine, right? That they want to speak to you. So I'm going to read these 2 out. Bottom of the deck is I sense you everywhere. All right. And that sensing is really guiding them. I'm being called to say, guiding them on their journey as well. You may be in separation, and maybe you just need a pick-me-up to kind of get a message from them. And these cards are exactly what they do. you can purchase them on Whispers of Grace Healing LLC. So you just check, I'm pretty sure you just check out any one of her signs, and in the description she'll guide you to where you can purchase them. But what do all of these synchronicities mean? I see them everywhere, but sometimes it leaves me feeling more confused. And this might even be something that you're going through, right? It seems like they're breadcrumbs taking you on this journey, but sometimes they can be misconstrued. Maybe it feels like, you know, like, well, I'm doing all this stuff and I'm seeing 1111 or 444 or 555 or 111 or 144 or whatever, and it's confirmations, but what does it all mean? They may be seeing them as well, you know, and they're little hints that Spirit kind of to guide you to, you know, looking up the messages either on the angel messages in Google, you know, to find some kind of insight. But I do really feel that sense of, you know, sometimes it can get confusing. Like, why do I keep getting all the signs, but I don't see any progress being made? I thought I had high standards, but you exceed my expectations, and I don't know how to handle this truth. I thought I had high standards, but you exceed my expectations, and I don't know how to handle this truth. That dashing of expectations, you know, expectations can lead you down dangerous paths. But when you are looking through things and there's an exceeding of expectations, that can get you kind of like, oh my God, I'm not worthy. And I don't know how to handle this. You know, the truth of that unworthiness or that feeling that comes up when you know, am I even worthy of this journey? And when you're on a twin flame journey, or when you have a highly valued soul connection, right, that really outshines you, that can make you feel just like, well, maybe I'm not good enough. You know, maybe my high standards aren't high enough to meet you. And maybe that's your divine counterpart saying that, or it could be you, you know? And that feeling of unworthiness has got them stuck, and that's to the point where they've run. Or maybe it's got you stuck, and you're like, well, I don't know, they're too hot. And that was one I had with Brooke. I'm like, oh man, before we even really got into our friendship, I was like, well, she's beautiful, and that's trouble. Or she's really young, and like, that's trouble. Like, my heart's been through it too much, and I don't know if I can let that in. And you know what? I'm going to stop just for a moment and clear the energy with lighting sage up, because sometimes you need to just stop and sit with that energy and say, you know, why don't I feel worthy of great love? Or why don't I feel that someone of a younger age can bring me great love and joy and growth? You know, because those of older age can even bring great heartbreak, because they've suffered through so much pain that, you know, they're on guard, and they hold themselves back. And we're just going to release that right now. We're going to allow that to release from our energetic field. And this is a healing session that we're kind of going into, which is kind of cool. I've never done that before in a tarot reading, right? But yeah, let's just go with it and say, you know what? Okay. There is power within synchronicities, but the synchronicities, the only power that's given is the power that you give them. Okay? And if you give them power to take over your mind space and really, you know, run amok, then maybe you need to step into an energy of like, is that really, would spirit really do that? Would they really make my mind spin with all these synchronicities? And would they, and I don't think they would. That's not what synchronicities are for. They're for encouragement. They're there to encourage you. They're not to make your mind spin. You know, they're there to, you know, it's like a shooting star is to give you, is to reinstill faith within you, right? It's not meant to go, oh my God, something amazing is down. Well, something amazing is down the pipe, but it's not in your head, it's in your heart space. And they're trying to guide you back to your heart space. When you have expectations and, you know, maybe you hold this person on a pedestal and they are your guiding light, you know, to happiness and wishes fulfilled. And it's not really fulfilling you at the moment because that mind space keeps spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning, and you're not in your heart space. Being in your heart, you don't have to think about what I need to do. You don't have to think about the steps to getting to where I gotta go. When you're in your heart space and you allow your heart space to open wide, that is the guidance you need right there. It is love. And if love isn't beaming from your heart space, then all the darkness that's out there, you're just kind of stumbling through this journey. You're stumbling through and you're hitting your toes against things and you're, ow, fuck, man, ouch, that hurt. What is this? Why this now? Why that now? Why? You know, and you're in the darkness because you're not allowing love to provide that light to open up a space of view. So stepping out of this into this and saying, you know what, man, I surrender. I surrender to all the lessons that are coming forward, you know? And I can't see what these lessons are bringing me because I'm not in my heart space. As I open my heart space and say, you know, everything that comes towards me now, I'm going to see through the eyes of love, the third eye. I'm going to see through my intuitive sense that everything is for me. Good, bad, right, or wrong, everything is for me. And I'm going to stay neutral to those things that come before me. And I'm going to allow and release. Release my idea of control. And I'm going to allow spirit to guide me through my heart space, through sensing with love, because that is the greatest gift that I have. Now, I'm going to set aside red flags. I'm going to set aside all those defense mechanisms I've put up before me to keep me safe. Just going to set that aside because for some reason, it's not serving me anymore. It's only taking me out of my heart and moving me back into my mind. Is what he's saying or doing bad for me? Is what I'm doing or saying, you know, putting out a message that, you know, that that I can be taken advantage of, that I can be used or abused? What is it about me that I'm kind of pulling in these energies, getting out of that and moving into here and saying, look, I am worthy of great love because I am great love. I hold great love to give to others because I love them myself. And, you know, maybe I'm quick to jump into relationships. Maybe I'm holding myself back in some ways from loving on myself. And that way there are those that I'm trying to call into my space are being held back from loving on me as well. Maybe my expectation of others right out of the gate is so high that they're destined to fail when it comes to relationships with me. Or maybe they get to a point where like, oh, well, shit, like what she sees I could be is knowing I can't be. So I'm just going to, kind of politely show her who I'm not so that we can part ways. And that way it'll look like I'm the bad guy. You can also get stuck in victim mentality out of that, but at least she'll be on a path to find the one that she, that holds that expectation. Now, when it comes to relationships with other people, I'm just going to say, and this is in every circumstance, expectations will lead you down a rocky road. And you need to kind of step away and leave those expectations, burn them up if you have to, and say, okay, I'm going to clear the slate of expectations, because, all it is these high standards that I have within are holding people back from, entering into my life. And maybe that's what you need to burn, are those expectations. I'm going to toss a few cards out. I know we're already at the 17-minute mark, but this is not your normal tarot reading, Taurus. This is actually a gift from Spirit that's coming out, just to gain some guidance of this, right? Two of Cups, divine. Of course, they're going to be sunshiny, but Two of Cups, divine partnership, not situationship. Six of Cups, memories and reunion. Page of Wands in reverse, excitement and curiosity. And the Five of Wands, conflict of competition, with the King of Cups, emotional mastery. So there you go. Okay. So apparently, yes, you're right. You're correct, Taurus. A divine partnership awaits you, right? Reunion awaits you. Excitement and curiosity is kind of falling to the wayside now because of this struggle with expectation, this conflict, or the appearance of conflict. This conflict, clarified by the Ten of Pentacles, is only to lead you to just that, the abundance that you seek. But that obsession has got to go. The expectations that you hold either on this relationship, this divine relationship, of what you perceive, or it could be a divine relationship that's coming towards you, but you're stuck in the past. And you're stuck on expectations, past expectations that haven't been met. Once you release those past expectations, you allow for reciprocation. You allow for balance to come to you. Six of Pentacles. You allow for others to give to you, and you actually acknowledge that now. That, yes, there's being love given to me here. And you're not holding this over their heads, to the point where I don't think I can live up with it, so I'm going to exit the best way I can, and that's not by, making me like rain down this hurricane and telling them to fuck off and you wondering what the fuck happened. I'm going to do it so that my exit will honor them by making them feel justified. If that makes any sense. Emotional mastery needs to take place. King of Cups, he's got it down pat, right? And these things these expectations that get dashed always, right? That you're going to release now. You're going to release the obsessive patterns of like, well, does he or does she feel the same way? Where is, like, I'm just seeing red flags, but where is the action on their part to come to make the steps forward, right? Because like falling in love is the best feeling ever. But how long does that last? Until reality sets in, and then, you're not dependent on that love or lust sensation. You're more settling into, okay, now we're getting down to brass taxes. Collaboration, Three of Pentacles. Once this release of expectation happens, you now set the soul that's coming towards you free. And they can show up the way they show up. And you have a lot more space, you know, instead of sitting there with the list and saying, okay, well, he hasn't shown up here yet, but he's shown up here and here, so we're just gonna, you know, keep going with the list, and it's gonna guide me to seeing if this is, you know, if there's another red flag that's gonna pop up, or is this person gonna show up? You just set that list aside and you say, no, I trust Spirit. Once I release my expectations, that one's gonna come in. Maybe not the one, but maybe the one that I need in the time to gain the guidance to reveal the next steps that I need to take on my journey, right? To emotional mastery. Because really relationships, that's what they do, is they guide us through the next steps, to show us to the next steps, to show us to the next steps, to show us to the one. So that when the one does come, we're good. And we're not expecting anything from them aside from unconditional love. And if they don't show up with an understanding of unconditional love, your unconditional love for them will guide them to unconditional love. That's a weird ass reading. That's a weird ass reading, but it had a lot of beautiful messages, and I hope that helped you, Taurus. That's where we come to our conclusion. That I'm not even feeling called to throwing another card on there, but I'm going to take a peek. Something's good. Something good's coming down the pipe for you. You know, I think you're really good. You're in a really good place, and especially after this message too. And I thank you and I honor you guys for being here and spending this time with me, because, man, that was a first. You seen a NCT first right before you. So take care, love on you. Have an amazing August. It's going to be a great month. Here it's pretty much the last month of sun that we get before sun starts going downhill. But I love you guys. Take care. Namaste.